Welcome back, everybody. This is My Journey 4K. We are back in IMSA in the Dallara P217. Let's get into it. Looks like we're starting in P2 this race. Strength of the field is a 1645. We're coming into this race with a 1951 rating. This is a 35-minute race. We'll need to stop at least once for fuel. It is multi-class racing, IMSA fixed. That means fixed setup. We aren't allowed to make very many changes to our setup. And IMSA is multi-class racing. There's going to be 3 classes here. The GTP Hypercars is the first class. The LMP2 Prototypes is the second class. That's the one we're in. And then there's the GTD, also known as GT3. And that is a manufacturer sports car with some race spec. Coming into the final corner, we're opening up the gap to third just a little bit here after lap 1. Still on the tail of first place right now. It is an A license requirement for entry here. Trying to keep the gap to first as small as possible right now. Opening up the gap to third and fourth just a little bit. Coming into the S's, we're still right there with first place. Can't say that we've gained or lost much time since last lap. Taking the curb a bit hard there coming out of Moss Corner. Still right there with first place. May have lost just a little bit on that lap. You could see maybe third place closed in a little bit on this. Cars behind are all still pretty well lined up there. Still within a second of first place in our class right now. It looks like we may have closed that little bit of gap that we lost last lap down a little bit more. I guess 2 laps ago, this last lap we closed it down. Trying to keep up with first place in our class, running into the GT3 cars already now. We're going to bounce off that curb, losing a lot of time there. So is third place coming out behind the GT3. They didn't lose as much as we did there, though. Up in our draft now. I don't think we're too worried about defending right now. Starting to catch some more GT3 cars here. We use that one as a little bit of a pick there. Getting by just in time to create a little bit more space between us and third place. I think maybe we've closed the gap a little bit more to first. The traffic may have helped us out there. You can see fourth, fifth, and sixth quite a ways back there. Whoa, GT3 car losing it in front of us, going way off into the grass. That's allowed third place to close the gap here. We've got another GT3 just ahead. Third place right on our tail now. We're about a second back from first place in our class now, catching a much larger group of GT3 cars here. Let's see how many we can get by before the S's coming up, maybe just one. A lot of GT3s ahead of us here. A couple in front of us still. Third place right on our tail right now. Another group of GT3s going around the outside here. Into the inside on the next one. And we're going to have to go slip into the inside of that Audi really quickly. Not sure what place they are in the GT3 class. Still dealing with third right behind us, catching some more GT3 cars just ahead. This one's got quite a bit of gap to the cars behind him. It looks like we may be clear soon of the GT3 field. Very last car slowing us down big time. It's gonna allow third place to get by. Maybe nose to tail with them though. Feel like maybe I should have regretted not making the dive on the inside there in the Moss corner. And then trying to use that last GT3 there to cut off the car behind. We played it really safe there, let all of them stay in front of us through that corner. Well, we're down to third in our class. We started second. We're losing sight of first place. The battle here for second is costing us a lot of time. Same with the traffic. We haven't been too lucky with the traffic lately either. There's first place there now. We're exiting Moss Corner as we were entering pretty much. We're several seconds behind the leader of our class right now. Still right there nose to tail with second place in our class. I think we're sizing him up a little bit and looking for the opportunity to make the pass. It does need to be a concise, solid pass. I do think we probably have the pace to stay in front of him. Some GT3s coming out of the pits ahead, making early stops. The pit window is open. We might have benefited from doing that lap here, but losing a little bit of time to second place in our class now due to the traffic. Whoa, going a little wide into the grass there. That'll be a 1X for sure. Thankfully, we held on to it. It is pretty difficult once you go full out in the grass there to hang on and not hit the wall or anything. So that was a really close one for us. Still about a second behind second place in our class, down to third. We started the race in second, closing in on some more GT3 cars now. GT3 car just ahead slowed up, and the LMP2 car in second place in front of us. We've closed that gap significantly here. Looks like there's a hypercar starting to catch us now. Going wide into the grass again, hanging on to it. Another close one. Close the gap significantly to the car in front. They're going defensive. We're going to pull into the pits here. This should just be a quick fuel stop, no tires. And we are off. Pit speed limiter is off now. Pretty clear track in front of us. We have a hypercar coming up behind now. LMP2 car stopped on the left and had seemed to take a tow. I don't know if they were damaged or not. We didn't get to see what happened there. Looks like we exited pit lane in 3rd place in the class, or at least crossed the line in 3rd place. We could have crossed the line before we even entered our pit stall, but we were in 3rd, behind 2nd place, right on their tail as we entered the pits. GTP cars closing the gap now. They'll probably get us on the front straight here, unless if they pull in. Just a few more minutes before the pit window closes. That'll be a few more laps. Cadillac Hypercar is going to pull into the pits this lap. We see them just before the end of the race here. GT3 car looks damaged, a little undecisive there. It did make it by cleanly. Looks like we're down to 4th in the class right now. But that's okay, we've made our pit stop. We'll have to see where we end up when the pit window closes and everybody's made their stop. I don't really think you could save for fuel to the end here. It'd be a lot of fuel saving. I don't think it'd be beneficial. This isn't a very long pit lane here. It's not too difficult of an entry either. Coming out of the pits was the car in 2nd when we came in 3rd. They've got a GT3 they're following out of the pits. We're several seconds ahead now. It looks like pitting early did pay off for us by quite a bit. The pit window should be closing in the next couple of laps. About 10 minutes in the race remains. How many laps we do will depend on where the leader is when time expires. Gonna barely slide by that GT3 there. Not giving us a whole lot of room through that corner though. Slow GT3 on the side, nearly not even moving. Moving extremely slowly. I do not think that's an issue with damage. It didn't look damaged. Not sure why they were going so slow. GTP hypercar behind us, flashing their lights. We'll let them by here in turn 1. Back up to second in our class. It seems that everybody in front, except for maybe the leader, has taken their pit stop. I don't know how close we're going to be. Maybe they have. We were just a little too far behind to close that gap with just the pit stop. Two GTP hypercars behind us this time going into turn 1. We're going to stay in front. Pass us on the outside of this corner. It's very close. It caused us to lose our back end a little bit. The car behind went off into the grass. It really wasn't us there. But maybe trying to react to what was happening caused them to go off. Outside line here, let the GTP by. Through the S's, you can see third place in our class behind us there. We may have gained a little bit of time with the GTPs passing us, but I think we're pretty clear of them now. We shouldn't be seeing them for a while, and we've got GT3s in front here to deal with. And we probably lost a little bit of time last time we came through there when the back end got sideways on us. I don't quite know how much. Maybe about a second. Still a few seconds ahead of the car behind us in third place. We're currently in second. We started the race in second. That is in our class. We're not second overall here. It is about a 3-second gap to the car behind us right now. Still second place in our class, no sight of first. Pit window's definitely closed now. So if we were going to see him, we should have saw him by now. With just a few minutes remaining in the race, we only have a couple laps to go here. And to close in on another GT3 car just ahead. I think we're probably going to have about 2 laps to go here. White flag waving this time, final lap. GT3 car just ahead, still a few seconds ahead of third place in our class. Still in second. No sight of first right now. Flags waving, that'll do it, folks. We started the race in second, we finished in second. Another podium finish, we'll take it. Our rating went from a 1951, we gained 49 points, we're up to a 2,000 rating. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.